We are back in business. This is going to be episode 16 of this run, and my goal for this one is pretty simple. We're going to do our best to set up a nice outpost to launch satellites into space. I'm not sure how far I'll make it in this run in particular, because it's a big task that I've set up here, or that I've taken up for myself. But yeah, let's see. I've been off for 2 weeks of vacation in between, so I really hope that I'll be getting back into my machinations here in a acceptable time. I do remember 2 things, though. First off, I was empty in terms of material, and the other thing, I was just setting up the infrastructure for my rocket base. So let's see how we're going to proceed here. So... say hello to my little core miner. But I'm after another area. I can't wait to finally get myself in, get my hands on some exoskeleton or something like that, because we really are quite damn slow these days. But that's just okay. Look here, a working train junction. I did it. So, let's get on here. Yeah. Last time I had no resources anymore. So, these are not meant to be both for irons. Let's reconfigure them, and if I'm not mistaken, this should be all we need. And are you kidding me? I'm out of inserters yet again? Wow. Okay, well, this is pickup. Here's one mistake in that. Is that mistake here too? Yeah. So one might think that 100 inserters should be enough, but you'd be wrong to think that. Well, what is? We're going to wire them up with power, and I'm still lacking a supply of fuel here. Also, there's no valid reason to have this belt that long here. Just nope. No good reason. So... this is just the beginning of a pretty big project here, I know. But we have to start somewhere, you know. Okay, so that's going to be... this. Then we'll have to figure out where the fuel is coming from for these bad boys. I'm shocked. I really thought that 100 inserters would have been enough. So, let's see. This does take 30 and produce 30. Got it. Nice. Okay. But, seriously, where do I take the coal from? Or whatever power supply I want to take there. So the steam power here is... wow, when this is running dry, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So obviously I haven't figured that out yet. There's simply no solution visible for that issue there. Okay. Well then, I don't like that too much, but it doesn't actually kill us. But that might mean that I'll have to relay, or relay, it's not the right term. I want to stock up on this power source here, you know. And I'm considering to shut down the steam power production altogether. So where can I get my power from? I mean, the easiest way to do this would be via oil. Is there any oil available that I can here in the city? That would be actually really the easiest way to get it done. But the answer here is also nope. So here, that's the next best oil seep that we can pick up there. Dang. With the smelting ops of this size, I really need some alternative for that. And beyond that, this thing here is producing 34 megawatts. So, really want to try that because I feel like these guys are actually wasting my fuel. So let's cut them off. Burning oil seems to be a little bit more efficient at this point, so we can conserve the rest of this patch. Okay, so, well, whatever. That means we'll have to pick up some oil from somewhere as well. Can't change that. We are going to pick this up, I think. Or how does this run here? So we have that stuff here being extracted. Oh, I'm so unhappy with my options right now. The thing is just, I don't want to set up anything stupidly huge here to get the job done. I mean, considering stupidly huge, you see there's this coal supply. There's coal depots everywhere. Down here, there's coal mania. Ugh, dang. But I just realized a thing. That's what we're going to do. Or, well, no. I could transport that in via train. I just considered that for a moment, but no. We're going to set on up ourselves with oil. So, how much oil do we have in production there? So, that's way more than one pipe can possibly take care of. Huh. I knew this wouldn't be easy. It never is. There's always some weird complications when you go for something new. That's one thing I learned about this game. Whenever you think that you have an easy access to something, some weird problem will crawl on from the side and mess up with your day. So first things first, I wanna lose all these ores that I have in my pocket. Just taking up inventory space here. And then we'll pick up some more tools to set up a new, I guess, a new oil transport route or an entirely new pumping station. But I don't think that I need a pumping station. I just think I'll need, let's see, I got the storage tanks, and we gotta bring some pumps. Steel pump. I don't need to go that big. Let's get ourselves a couple of just good old regular pumps. These will help me to distribute the fluids better. Okay, so we got that. Let's pick up more inserters. The thing here is why I don't go for coal, if you're wondering. What the heck, why am I doing? I'm just not building there. It's a quite simple thing. I need oil products later down the road anyways for the rocket fuel. And where did my automation cores go? So what the hell did I build there? So first off, this is not going anywhere. Oh god, what is this? Yuck. So obviously what I wanted was to get things together like that. Okay. Let's get back to the source of the problem. Yeah, that's typical. Yeah, you don't see your factory for a while, and you see problems after problems after problems. So okay, I even have this situation right from the get-go. Okay. So it all starts here. Now, simple solution. So I'll never do this like that again. That's one big lesson I'll take out of that. Never again. It's been a grave mistake. I hope I'll be able to get a fix into that. That's not going to be too iffy. But I think I'm way past that. Yeah. Okay, now then. In case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, it'll all make sense in a while. In a short little while, even. So, there we go. For whatever reason, I thought this would be a great idea. It wasn't. So, now then. We'll have that here. There. And I just hope that this is now going to work on out as intended. So. This is so effing weird what I did there. So, I'm afraid that some of my things now might be not receiving any automation cores anymore. If that's the case, hi there. I can't read the letters of your name, sadly. Not that fond of Cyrillic. Hope you don't mind me. Okay, but we have the inserter production again. I really don't know what the hell I was doing there. When producing, when setting up large machineries or complex things, weird stuff has to happen. Okay, let's hop on over to our oil production site and pray that this is going to work on out easier. So what I want to achieve there is that I am able to utilize all these oil pumps. Right now that's not possible because there is a total amount of oil pumps connected to one pipe that's basically overstressing that one pipe. Trying to squeeze more oil through that pipe than is technically possible, and I want to fix that by setting up a distributor. And once I have that distributor running, I'm going to use that one to pipe on over the raw oil into my actual large factory, into my satellite outposts. It all comes back to the satellite outpost, don't you worry. We're actually doing something here. Okay, so let's see. This is what we were talking about. Okay. Good-o. Now, let's see. I'm running this all through this one main pipe like that. So we are going to set on up, let's say, one tank here, one tank there, and probably another one in the middle. I think those are not symmetrical, though. This kills me. So, here. Here. Okay, now then. We are going to sever that. And now the thing I want to go for is, well, let's see. 50% of these one way, the other 50% of these the other way. So, let's see. This guy is not going to supposed to be connected there. So, well. Whoa. Ain't that easy, isn't it? Do it like that, maybe. Yeah, I like this so far. Okay, then. Oh, come on, you. Now we have these guys all connected to tech. I want to connect that guy as well here. And then let's just hope that this is going to be roughly what it takes. Now then. So, this guy here. So that's 1,300. That's a little bit more than one machine can, one pipeline can actually tackle, but that doesn't matter that much, actually. Okay, now we got it. And now we're going to use these connectors here. And now we are almost there. So now I'm using a pump. If I remember correctly, it was like that. Always facing into the direction where you want to pump towards to. Not sure about that though entirely right now. But we'll surely notice any second. So yeah. So what this will do now is this pump is going to make sure that this thing here is going to be supplied permanently with full pressure. So we're going to go now for just another output there. Ugh. Don't like that. Let's make them cross paths over here. So we're going to set on up our second connection over there, and finally, that's been all I wanted, you know. Finally, I'm able to put up a wire now all the way over there. Yeah, it's no... it's not exactly a grateful job here, doing logistics on this scale, but we have to. We simply have to. The satellite outpost is going to be a very vital part of my entire infrastructure, because this is where we're going to launch our rockets from. This is where we're going to produce all the signs we're going to need. So, yeah, pretty important thing there. So, let's check on out that we're not missing the height. So, I want to check out how much landfill we actually produced here. I'm producing landfill on the side all that time, and right now it might actually come in quite handy. So, Captain Jack, hi there, from India. Do you have any tutorial about how manage zones? So, yeah, I take it that you're talking about RimWorld. I haven't made a zone tutorial yet, now that you say it. It's actually quite a smart proposition, and I'll see what I can do, my friend. It'll take a couple of days, I think, but I'll do some brainstorming about this entire topic. If you have any questions in particular right away, this would be actually quite helpful. What's bothering you the most when you're working on out with those zones and the like? That would be really helpful for me to know. So basically share your problems with me, you know. So everything here running as intended. Here. I was thinking like this. Not all the landfill I've produced all that time. My goal is a simple one. I want to just create a tiny little speck of land there. I hope this is enough to wire the oil easily over to the place where I want to have it. We'll see about that. Risky Muhammad, hi there. No problem, my man. Factorio is a very, very chill game. So... we're a lot of things, but hasty, for sure not. So, the next thing we have now to do, now is to check on out. I want to have it like there, in that height. And this oil that we're piping over here is going to be extremely useful for us. We're going to make rocket fuel out of that, and also the fuel for our smelters. So that's going to be a quite versatile thing there. Okay, so let's see. I hope I have enough landfill. I somehow doubt it, but we'll see about that. I really hope this will work out. Would suck to have to, if I need to go back from that. Okay, by the power of my landfill. So, we're going to be very, very miserly here, so let's just hope it's going to be enough, but it's looking on. Well, it's looking good. Yeah, awesome. It's just so helpful, you know. This way we can just snuggle the pipeline through there without bothering too much. These tools are so useful. In this mod, in space exploration, landfill is actually not that easily produced. Like, you need a lot of stone for that. A lot of stone per landfill. There are more efficient recipes, of course. There are always more efficient recipes. But in this particular case, it really took me a while to to produce a lot of that stuff in a timely manner. So here we go. We have it. We have our own oil supply here. Wonderful. So, boom. Now, about that rocket fuel. I haven't set up a anything yet about that topic, haven't I? Hidden alien, hi there. So happy to see you. Hope you're having a good time. So let's just see what we're going to need for rocket fuel. So liquid rocket fuel. Now wait a sec. Where is the actual recipe here? Liquid rocket fuel. Ingredients: 1 solid rocket fuel. Here. Solid rocket fuel. 1K ammonia, 1K oxygen. 1 iron plate, 1K oxygen, 1 iron plate. So there are... okay, I can make that out of hydrogen chloride or ammonia too. Today I learned. So that means we're going to need light oil. Okay. So we'll have to do this in a fuel refinery, I see. So let's compute that by factory. Now let's see, what are we going to need to let one fuel refiner run there? So we're going to do this, of course, with advanced oil processing. Everything else would be silly. And that means we're going to need 8 oil refineries for that. Okay. And we're also going to need... What the hell? Oh gosh. 23 atmospheric condensers. Just for that thing. Alright. But the good news about that is we have 28.6 heavy oil left at our disposal. So let's see... Solid fuel. Solid fuel is pretty easily crafted. So we have a production of let's see, I need both of these recipes. So we're computing that by factory yet again. I just want to check out how many of these bad boys we'll need. So we're producing as a side product here 28 units of heavy oil and 42 units of petrol gas. Sucks that. Seriously, is that really necessary? Yeah, well, whatever. We'll have to do this with 2 fuel refineries then, because we'll have to, and we'll spit on out something around 4 units of solid fuel. Alright, how much solid fuel does one of our smelting ops need? I know there's a lot of theory crafting today, but it's just, you know, we can't skip that. So here we go. That's what I wanted. We are going to fuel this not with that, but with that. So each of these smelting columns will require 0.9 of these. So I think the production of rocket fuel will provide enough side products that I can totally fuel my smelters with that. The only issue there is, as soon as we don't produce any rocket fuel anymore, my smelters will run dry. There. So we'll have to build some overflow protection there as well. Alright. It's never easy, isn't it? So, let's see. What do I already have in my pocket? I have 7 oil refineries. Wonderful. 7 out of 9. 7 out of 8. 7 out of 9. That's a different thing, dear brain. So, let's see. My power production just went down by a lot. So, well... It's a good time to invest into extra power production now, too. Let's do this next. I don't want to rush anything here hastily, because I know how bad this how bad this will go in the long run if you do so. So we're going to hop on over to the mall and pick up things that we need. Also, I want to get rid of a couple of things here, hey? So, first things first, are we building effing atmospheric condensers? If not, we really, really have to. And I'm afraid the answer is no. So, we can grab ourselves some gas power stations. Going to pick on up 20. I'm afraid I'm not building those atmospheric condensers yet. Why was I so stupid? I'm building pumps though. Didn't expect me to be that smart. Okay, well then let's check out what we're going to need for the atmospheric condensers and set up a little bit of a facility there. It's just that important. So, atmospheric condensers need multi-cylinder engines, steel and electronic circuits. So, we have multi-cylinder engines here, we have that here, and we have that there. And so basically, we have most of the products already on route here. So it's actually quite cool because we're going to make it like that, eh? So, my little atmospheric condenser is going to be fed by this. That's where the multi-cylinder engines will come from. That's where the gear wheels will come from. Where's the steel gear wheel? There it is. That's where the steel beams will come from, and are we missing anything? Yeah. Electronic circuits. Alright. Good. Problem solved. I really don't want to handcraft these buggers. Really don't. Really don't. Okay. Now, that problem solved, let's hop over to the oil refinery thing. How many do I have here on my list? Let's take all the 30. No! Alright. Where is it? Not far away from me. Let's repair that. So many things that I have to take care of, you know. But the thing is, the real good defense system is not available yet. This is locked behind the next tech level. Alrighty, there we go. And the worst thing about all this is right now, I gotta say, this is it's a lot harder than before to get into nuclear power now. And that's something I didn't see coming in the first place. That's been really bumming me quite hard, because I kind of like relied too hard on the easy accessibility of nuclear power, and with the new version that's just not a thing anymore. Oh, end of the discussion. So we basically only get to produce or get to make nuclear power happen once we have unlocked yellow tech. And yellow tech requires me to launch satellites into space, because you need the satellite telemetry data to produce the yellow tech cards. So in a nutshell, that means you will have to launch missiles at a regular pacing to get the job done. And well, what can I say? I didn't see that coming in the first place. So let's smack on some biomatter in there. Oh, why do I have to carry around core fragments? I surely don't know. Okay, let's amp up our gas power production. Another meteor, but luckily not on my factory. So You want to manage guests, dogs, and other roaming animals to not go into certain areas. Gotcha. Thank you. No problem, man. I'll see that covered. I'll do a zones tutorial. Thanks, really. It helps me so much because, you know, after such a long time playing a certain game, you get quite blind to the obvious questions, you know? You just don't get it anymore. So, how was that again? Every one of these is consuming 6 per second. We have 17 of these, so that means 60 plus 42. That's 102. Is that working on out here? We have 180 here in production, so that means I can I can plot down 80 of these guys. Okay. Only slight pollution. So, there we go. Oh, let's make this happen in clusters of 10. Way easier. Way easier to manage, you know. And the lowering sound that you hear is mostly because we're lowering the amount of pressure on these guys. They don't have to work under high pressure anymore, so they are going a little bit. So don't want to go too compact, you know. Oh, come on. There we go. So, there's that. Then we're going to need that connector here. And voila. That's all we need. So, let's do this like that. So they are connected at the end of the road. Okay. And now we just slap on 30 more of these. I mean, I don't have all the oil power plants necessary for that. Or, well, you know... Actually, now that I think more closely about it, I want a tiny little bit of a separation between each 20 of these. So we're already out of power plants here, sadly. Okay, I can't just come back here later and fill in the blanks. We did upgrade our power profile by a lot, and I can now finally shut down the steam power production altogether, because that's just not a thing anymore, you know. We are looking for completely different solutions now. The gas power that I'm running here is also really just a temporary solution. I want to go nuclear as quick as possible, because in my humble opinion that's the most efficient way to gain power early on, because you don't have to invest too much altogether, and you get out a lot of gigawatts easily out of that. Now then, let's see. The Informatron. We are 20 plus hours away from the first impact there. I'm really considering to set up a lot of accumulators now, because I do know that accumulators are working, are helping out a lot there. So, fuel refinery. We don't have that on a regular production here yet. So, change something about that. I do know that rocket fuel is something we're going to need. Ah, 23! It's exactly the amount I need. Awesome. Now, let's hop on over to our fuel, to our satellite outpost to be. It's just taking a while, I know. But we're getting there. So, I'll be grabbing myself some about that. Then we're going to do a little bit of a cheat engine. Nah, just kidding. Just extremely tired of the core fragments in my pocket. And I'm just dumping it this way on a belt where they belong. Trying to keep my pockets somehow tidy. Alright. The real good news is we can also dismantle this entire facility here, which will free up a lot of space there, you know? So, let's just remove that. I'm not sure if I have enough space in my pockets, but we'll see about that. I'm gonna store some of these steam engines in there. I'll take that as a, you know, we benefit from freeing up this room now. Because I know me, if I don't do it now, I'll probably never do it. I'll probably never do it, yeah. And right now, these materials that I'm grabbing here are actually quite useful for me. Grabbing some pipe, grabbing a lot of inserters. Yeah, well, I don't think I have the necessary pocket space right now. Let's do the oil refining thing first, and then we're going to hop on over to the other stuff. Okay. Yay! Look at that tiny little mining outpost. Barely worth running anymore. It's okay. I'm waiting for these to be depleted. I had this plan for a longer while ago, or a longer period of time already, so I want to say it. And I knew that we were going to use this area here in a different way once our early game is finished. So it's all still ridden with these small power poles here everywhere. Just trying to make things a little bit less convoluted here. Okay. So, I got oil. I don't have a freshwater pump now. A offshore pump, I'm sorry. Tang Xuan, hi there. Happy to see you, mate. Well, you happened to catch the chill out stream. Factorio is my chill out stream topic, you know. I just want to chill out and build some and don't stress out myself. This is my weapon of choice. Okay, so we have water and we have oil. What else do we need? Now then, we're going to set on up this thing here. Whoopsie. So, oil refining. Where will I do my oil refining? I'd say as close to the shore as possible. We don't need to run the oil all the way over there. It's actually not necessary at all. Same goes for the water. We're just going to set up shop here. I like the idea of that. And probably, well, let's start down here. I like the idea of that. Because this way I have a little bit more room left over for, what's it called, for logistics if necessary. So I bet that I won't have enough pipes for this entire operation. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look like. Now we're setting this up 8 times. Yeah, so for now, to my big surprise, we're not out of pipe yet. Alright. So, input water. Oh, I like that. Input oil. And where are my substations at here? Okay, now we will have the materials we need for that. So the atmospheric condensing business, well, let's set up shop over there. I mean, this is pretty hilarious. We'll have to. We'll have to do a huge amount of these. So these are no two-way things, so they'll have to have a grid in between. That sucks. So let's see. I'll do something like that. I think that's going to be an easy way to get it done. So that's 10. It's 20. And that's 23. And that's me being out of pipe. But to my big surprise, not out of underground pipe. Nice. Okay, so the next step is going to be to pipe that stuff outwards. Every connected cluster gets its own outward connector. And there we go. Oxygen. 1,000 units per second. Pretty close to the maximum the whole thing can carry. So we are actually putting this system pretty much on its maximum capacity, so to say. Okay, we got the necessary oxygen, we got the necessary light oil. The only thing we don't have right now is the necessary iron plate. But that doesn't matter too much, because our main interest right now is that we got to we got to set up the fuel production now. So we're going to set up our fuel refiners now first, and since I know what I know now, we're going to put this on a pin real quick so we have what I need. So I am producing a tiny little bit more petrol gas. It's so hard, but I have to work out with that. It doesn't matter. So solid rocket fuel can be transformed into liquid rocket fuel, right? Right. So we're going to make this like that. And we're going to set this up like that. And now this is going to be the supply for my smelters. So petrol. Ah, well, whatever. Let's make it like that. It's the easier way. And heavy oil. Let's just make it like that. And this is at least spacious enough that at some point in the further future I could say, I want to expand on this. I want more of that. Okay. So, let's see. Well, you know what? We're just going to slap this on these bad boys, and what's that? Here we go. Solid fuel for the factory. This is so far the best available fuel that we possibly can wish for. It's even better than the processed fuel that I've been using so far. So you see me quite excited about that, even though it doesn't look like that. So jokes aside, it did bother me a teensy tiny bit that it took us so much to get this far. But on the other hand, it's awesome because we are now that far. Okay, so we got this, we got all this, and now let's combine this. Into one red belt. Same here. Looks a little bit weird at first, but it's not. Just utilizing here the throughput of these things there. Okay. Probably have to reconfigure the inserters, because I think I haven't I haven't done that. So never mind. We're just going to pick on up some iron plate now. It's mostly to kickstart the production there of my rocket fuel. The rocket fuel then will be extremely important for my satellite silo, but at the same time I'll use that rocket fuel to or I use the side products of the rocket fuel, I should rather say, to fuel my smelting. The only problem there is that whenever my stockpiles will grow too full, so to say, we're going to have to be careful with that. So the light oil I'm going to transport far, far away, because I don't want to make my rocket fuel at the same spot like that. The area back there is my oil refining, not my fuel processing. So we're going to... yeah, let's stay here for now. So, let's see. We want solid rocket fuel, so... oh, darn. I should have set up the oxygen farm somewhere else, but whatever. It is as it is now. Yay! Look at that! They're finally depleted! I've been waiting for that so long. So we have this entire area now for other things. So, iron ore be gone. I don't want you here. Okay, so... let's see. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's just pick up more pipe. I know I'll need it. I know I'll need it anyways. So I'm really happy to see that my factory is now no longer relying on coal power. I mean, it's only a slight upgrade. We're now no longer using coal power, but we're using gasoline instead. Big upgrade. But we're getting there. Okay, well, at least I got the rocket fuel part already done. So... the next really horrible part will be to fix up the materials we need for the electronic, for the circuit boards. Because we're going to need tremendous amounts of circuit boards, I can already tell. So, let's get rid of these little buggers here. The small power poles are less and less interesting. They are basically just a trash product. Because, you know, what do I want with these at this point? Okay, do I need that much oil refinery? No, I don't. So we'll just leave it like that. It's still a very convoluted inventory, but people watching my Factorio content are very aware of the fact that you either have me convoluted or not at all. Okay. Let's see how this will work out. It's going to be horrible, I know it already, but... the good news is I have here everything I need to set up a small-scale thing of whatever, you know. So, we are... okay, we have almost depleted the iron there, too. Good stuff. And after that, well, we're just going to produce tons of rocket fuel there. Okay, so oxygen needs to be piped on over. So we don't exactly need a warehouse here anymore, don't we? Okay. I probably should have farmed that oxygen somewhere else, but the good side of that about that is I can farm more oxygen somewhere else if I ever wanted to. But I think it would be even worth it right now to relocate them, but I'm too lazy for that at the very moment. Because it's not that terrible. It's just a little bit iffy to move that stuff such a long distance like that. Okay. Last thing necessary is the iron plate. We're going to pipe this off directly off the main branch. Here. So. Okay, then we can just output that stuff into some warehouse where we can forget about it for a while. Yes, I'm really doing this. The thing is, I think solid rocket fuel will have quite the future with me here. So, let's do this. Okay, we got that, we got that. So, if I'm not mistaken, from this point on, my other productions should not be stopped anymore. Let's check it out. Yeah. Right, the fuel producers are now running. Awesome. So that means my smelting columns will have what they need. So, next thing. We're going to need satellite telemetry and all the other jazz. Alright. Do I have... Here, navigation satellite. I have already set up what it'll take. So... we are actually going to need most of that solid rocket fuel. Gosh. Scary. Scary, scary. Okay. So, low density structures, solar panels, accumulators, radars. Man, so many things. Ugh, okay. So, this thing produces rocket parts out of LDS, rocket control unit, solid rocket fuel, and heat shielding. Say, no. No, it's not that easy. Good. So we're definitely going to need a lot of these things. Okay, where to next? So, how much of this will be paid in iron? So we have 9.1 here, and let's see, if I produce steel like that here, So transforming 15 of these iron plates into steel would be actually possible for us. But then we're going to need coal, because no... I forgot about that. Alright, never mind. We're going to need coal, but at least it's going to be not that horrible. So this connection here is going to be not that important anymore very soon. And then we're going to need to relocate a lot of these things. Okay. So, we are refining the iron for this operation here. This is all the iron we're producing. This is producing 30 iron ore per sec. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, it doesn't help. We need... We're going to roll on over and get ourselves some coal from the south. Southern coal. It's the only thing I think that can help. It's also going to be a pretty huge endeavor. But the good thing is we're just going to set up a little bit of a train here, mine out that stuff, pipe it on over there. Or the other option would be to use the stuff from the core mining ops. That would be the other option. Is this actually feasible? I mean... theoretically, yes. Okay, well, this is, we're just going to upgrade that all into red belt. I'm way too lazy for... It's easier to upgrade the entire belt than configuring all my inserters accordingly. I would need to configure them to drop near and not drop far. Okay, then. Well, time for more choo-choo. Because I don't really see any realistic other way of getting the job done. Okay, well... Let's see if this really is enough to keep my hungry furnaces fed. Somehow I feel like I'm not producing enough fuel, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, we need another set of train. But this time, I want to go over this little pond. That's my plan. So we're going to transport that stuff directly over here via train. That's what I wanted to see. So I'm not sure if I have enough landfill. So what can we create landfill out of too? Sand, stone, sand, raw immersite, beryl, holmanite, iridite, scrap, copper ore. So, okay. all these materials are now something we can use. Okay. First things first, let's pick up some more rails. Do I have a locomotive on me? I do have 2 cargo wagons. It's actually more than enough. We're just going to need one more. Choo-choo? I think these, So, hello. What was that? No, that was not what I wanted. I forgot the shortcut. Damn. This is what you get with this game. If you ever forget your shortcuts, you're doomed. So shift left click no, shift right click no, shift... Yeah, whatever. Then we're carrying around too many trains. Whatever. Okay. So, 500 rails, and mining. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I want those miners. Here we go. 50 mining machines. Well... Ugh, so many things to carry again. We'll definitely need more belt as well. Okay, so we got the most bare necessities, and now let's head on over to our core mining facility. I mean, the things here are taking shape slowly. And I definitely want to use the coal that my core mining facility provides for something, because I've made the experience if I don't use those resources, they pile up and clog up my system. Hello. And that's something you really, 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 really want to avoid. That's why I'm quite happy to see a usage for that stuff, you know. So... And then we'll have, again, that stupid problem of... of wood. Alrighty, so... Let's see. Let's roll this over like that. And, well, landfill. We can't make landfill out of all the stuff that I'd want to make it, eh? This is... Well, let's pick up some landfill more. Or, no, we do the train track first, and then we'll see if whether or not we'll have some issues with that. So, this little outpost there, or that coal patch there, with 7 million, will be most likely what we'll be using for quite a long time now. Or wait a sec, we already have one coal train here. So... Huh. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh, gosh. Okay. Never mind me. I think I just tried to overcomplicate things. At this point. We will use that later, though. Maybe I'll be organizing that completely different. I have good ideas in my mind. Just connecting the output of the coal miners into the grid right above seems way more effective. Let's do that. The gist of it, much running around with almost no effect, but that's okay. We are going to take this coal here and probably want to pipe it down here already, where I already pile over all the material that I need. I like the idea of that. So, we're here. And there goes. Yeah, it's not a least little bit of a nuisance to me. Sometimes I think a train would have been also an option, but whatever. I don't want that, you know? I really don't want to start to make this grow bigger than I wanted to. Okay, so I'll drop the ball here because I feel like that's a good spot. We'll have to set up coal and steel. Well, coke, wood, and steel the next time. I really don't want to do this right now because I'll have to calculate with the stone and all, but we are getting there. I think with the next one we'll be producing the pre-products for a couple of things. We'll get in there. So thanks for watching, you all, and see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.